And I'm going to go right into the store. And the first thing you're going to notice is the speed. Cody, you guys really worked on the speed here. So let's go through that, and then we can kind of go through the demo a little bit.
Yeah, you bet. I think the thing we're proudest of with the new Microsoft Store on Xbox is just how fast it's been. So we did a complete re-architecture of the app in the React Native on Windows. So as opposed to the previous framework, which while really versatile, had a lot of performance limitations, this new re-architecture allows us to launch the store in under 2 seconds, in some cases under 1 second. You can easily move between content, view things quickly. And as Larry said, you can pop in and out. That cold start was under 2 seconds.
Yeah.
If it's already in memory, it's almost instant.
Yeah. And so I want to talk about this because it's a complete redesign. You took a lot of what you learned from for lack of a better term, the original Xbox store. And this is, this is the third version. Did we talk? Because we talked about this. We had the one in the Xbox 360, we have Xbox One, and now we have this version, right?
That is correct. Yeah. So this is kind of you're right, and I hadn't really thought about it. We kind of have a every generation look at this, and this is a big change for us. Where a lot of what we're looking at is what we've learned from the work with Guide and how customers are really enjoying being able to navigate through their content in a more natural way through the channels and content blocks. And you kind of see as you scroll down, it really naturally flows to your different pieces of content. And we thought that bringing all of this up was going to make it easier for fans to find what's new, find what's happening in the store, and also just get to the things they care about. Do they want to search? Do they want to look for deals? Do they want to look at the newest games? Doing more to bring that all up to the top and getting that into a single store entry point was important to us.
And I see, here we go. We've got Game Pass Ultimate. All the games are in here. You can see the details about that offer. But the thing that's great is, I mean, where do you want to start? Because there's so much to cover here because it's so new. So I'm going to take your cue. Tell me where to go here, Cody.
Let's go ahead and let's just actually jump into games at the very top level. Let's check that out.
Okay, so you just click here, and there you go. This is games. And again, this is a cold start. I loaded this. I haven't loaded this before, so this is right off the bat. So what do we got?
Exactly. Yeah. So what you'll find here is a couple of things. One, if folks were familiar with speaking of the Xbox One, with the twists where we kind of had part of the store in an app and part of the store in the OS, we've consolidated everything together. So now when you're looking at this top of home, when you're looking into your games, we're making it really easy for you to find your deals, your subscriptions, things that are relevant to you based off your recent activity. Looks like maybe you've been playing some Apex Legends lately, Larry.
That is true.
So yeah, we're kind of keeping an eye, trying to make it easier for people to find things. But one of the things we're most proud of, actually, and this is a great showcase, is we're bringing more details about the games up to the top. So instead of having to load into a PDP, if you kind of pop in a game here, we start showing the trailer in line. We start giving more information about the game. We show more information about the sales and the deals. So if there's a sale going on, not just what percentage off and your price, but when does that sale end? Some more to make it we use the word snackable a lot. We want to make it a lot easier to look and browse through the content and enjoy it. Like actually really enjoy going through and seeing the thousands of great games that are on the Xbox Store.
This is a great example. So we'll take this game right here. We see a little bit of it. You can see, as you said, it's a new release. It's for family and kids. It's a sim strategy, and the price. We can click in on this, and instantly this feels new. So why don't you explain to us? I guess this is like a game detail page. Tell us what this is all about.
Yeah, exactly. So, one of the things is, while we wanted to make it easier to browse through and kind of snack on content in those other browse experience, it was really important to us as well that when you dug in and really wanted to get into the details of a game, that was really thoughtful as well. So that same design we have, where you kind of scroll down and these new chunks of content translates into the game details pages. You can easily view the trailers, view the screenshots, view the details of the game, like description, who developed it, what are the features and capabilities. If you want to know if a game uses Xbox Live and how, you can check that out in the details section.
One of the things I want to point out is
a great display.
Yeah, and one of the things I want to point out is here, I'm going to go into, let's see, one of the enhanced games. We'll go into Forza, for example, is, we can see right there, it's included in Game Pass, how much it is. Now, we've also got additions. So this is something that a lot of people, here we go. Here's the new additions. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so this is a thing that we started exploring a little bit last holiday and had some really great success with our fans. Had a lot of great success even with our publishers, really loving the display of this content. So, something we're doing with the new Microsoft Store and Xbox is we're doing more to surface the different editions of the game and make it easier for customers to choose and pick which one that they might want to play. So when you're in a game, when you go to view to a PDP, making those additions really clear. In some cases, even popping that up if we're thinking that, hey, maybe you didn't know which edition you meant to pick yet. We maybe start you here and help you pick which one. So that way, a complaint we hear sometimes, and a fair one, is, man, with these games have so many different editions and so many different add-ons, how do I keep it all straight? And we're hoping that the new design helps clarify some of those details.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see right off the bat, here's what it includes. You can go left and right, what the price is, if it's with Game Pass. Of course, they're all with Game Pass. Yeah. The other thing that I noticed is that this game, the new store, it's way easier to navigate with the controller. Let's talk about some of the work you guys did there.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing to call out. And, without going too inside baseball, one of the things that was true about the Microsoft Store that's live now is it's a pretty shared code base between what we do on Microsoft.com store, what we do on our Microsoft Store on web. And while that had a lot of great efficiencies and opportunities to kind of keep a consistent experience, it didn't do as much as it could to celebrate the navigation and the power of the Xbox. So this new design we took on was really put first in mind with the notion of, I'm sitting 10 feet away from my 4K TV with a controller in my hands. How do I most easily navigate that through? And we have an excellent design team in Xbox who kind of went back to first principles and thought about how best can we navigate through all this new content, especially in a world where we have things like Game Pass that didn't exist when we launched the previous Xbox Store, and all these new pieces of information we want to share about our games. It was a great chance to restructure. And part of that is this left navigation you see here, Larry, where when there's so many different ways to slice our catalog, not just our games, but our movies and our TV and our apps, helping people jump to the thing they care about and not having to navigate between menus is important. And this is another great addition that we're making, is kind of this gallery view. When you're viewing something that you want to really double click into. I want to view the top games. I want to view the Game Pass games. We show this richer gallery view where, just like before, if you sit on one of these games, you'll see the trailer, you'll see the details about what is its description, the beginning of that description. And again, if you click into this, we're going to take you to that rich game details page where we're going to show you the full set of information you might want to know.
And there's the additions again. So we talked about it, talked about, I mean, there's so much to talk about here, but kind of the themes we're seeing is it's faster. The new store is faster. You talked about being easier. We've redesigned a lot of things to work with the controller really, really well with the controller. And a lot of it's based on the feedback. So there's a lot of work going on there. You also did a little bit of work around the shopping cart. Let's talk about that. And the wish list. So let's go back up to the top here and show me. Let's talk through that.
Yeah. So one of the things that we added in the middle of the lifecycle of the previous store is like wish list in our shopping cart. And while those were great features, they were a little buried at times and hard to discover. So one of the things that we're really putting a lot of energy into is when you go to any game details page experience, making it really easy to add that game to your wish list here. You can see kind of in that third button, add it to your shopping cart. And when you have those things inside of your wish list, if you go back to that, or your shopping cart, if you go back to that home screen experience, you can quickly see what's in that cart, see what's in that wish list, and complete that purchase. So like if you click on your wish list, for example, we'll showcase that. This is a way for you to see those things, hop back to the games you expressed interest in. And another change we made really excited about is recently viewed.
Oh yeah, look at this.
You've been looking at things in the store and say, hey, I remember looking at a game recently that was pretty exciting to me, but I can't easily get back there. But I want to put a notification on. I want to put it in my wish list. You can do that. And one of the great things about wish list is when a game goes on sale, we give you a notification. So that way, if you put something in your wish list and say, man, I don't want to buy this now, but I'm excited to come back. If that game ever goes on sale, we let you know to give you a good opportunity to get in there and buy that content at a deal.
There's also some other things here. I mean, here in this one, you can see friends that played the game. You see that at the top. We've seen that a little bit. We also see these, like right above here, we see the LB and RB. So there's a lot of tips to get you moving around here and where you want to go. In fact, up in the left-hand corner, you can see the view button, so that I know when I hit the view button, it instantly pulls out the menu, right?
Exactly. And so much of this for us is just trying to make things predictable and easy to read. You know, one of the things we know is we've got some diehard fans who are going to know this inside and out and be able to kind of do it with their eyes closed. But one of the things that's important to us when we think about an easier to use store is a store that is more inclusive for folks who might be new to our experience, might be new to the Xbox family, especially with the next generation of consoles. So giving us an opportunity to make sure that is not just efficient and fast and really natural on your controller, but intuitive and really just kind of direct in terms of how I should use things, what I should do to close things.
I see some, I'm in this, I'm sorry, I'm in the settings here and I see these interesting about disable motions and autoplay sound. Tell us about that. That's great.
Yeah, this is huge. One of the common complaints we get a lot from fans, and it's actually interesting, it cuts both ways. We've tried to make some changes and have gotten feedback on both, is how video works and how sound works when you interact.
You and I have had many spirited conversations about this.
Many spirited conversations. Yeah, I've been pulled apart on both sides on this. And ultimately, I think what we decided, and I think is a really a principle of the new store all up, is choice. We'd rather let people choose what they want to do. So if you actually press start at any time here and pull up the menu, we actually give you the choice in line to say, hey, do I want to turn off autoplay video? Do I want to turn on sound of autoplay videos?
Right.
Do I want to have that set of control at your fingertips, instead of trying to find one single way to do some of these things that we know people have different ideas and opinions on.
Yeah, I mean, here you can see it's got, you're going to see the trail at the top. You can see, I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't want to hear sound, or I don't want autoplay. Yeah, you can do that right there.
Exactly. And I thought I was going to hate it. Like, I thought I was like, there's no way I want sound in my autoplay videos. And as I'm using the new store experience and browsing around, I actually really enjoy it. And I encourage everybody who gets their hands on the new store experience to try out some of those different settings and find out what works for them. They might be surprised.
The other, of course, you can redeem and do all of those things over here as well, like you've always been able to do. One of the other areas that we're focusing on, Cody, is safer. Tell us about that, because I was going through some of the notes here, and I have safer scribbled in the column of my notes. Tell us about that.
Safety is important to us. I think one of the things that we care a lot about in the store, the world of store especially, is how do we make a store that doesn't just work for our, for people like me who, I'm a grown adult with lots of disposable income and I'm excited to play the full range of Xbox games, but also folks with families who maybe have kids that they want to do a little bit more to keep an eye on and control what they're playing and what they're seeing inside of the store. We've made a couple of really important changes. One of those, and some of these are a little harder to show with your account, but I think it's useful to talk through for folks who are interested. One of the things we did is the store doesn't support anonymous logins anymore, so we asked people to sign in. Mm-hmm. You might not have even realized this as an Xbox customer, that you could sign in without, you could go to the store without being signed in on an account. Yeah. But it is actually a really kind of an easy loophole for sometimes for folks who had content restrictions to get around some of those things that we're helping close, so we can make sure the experience is more consistent. Yep. The other thing that we're really leaning in on is doing more to show the ratings in more prominent ways of content. So if you actually want to pop back to the store, one of the things that we worked really hard on that we're proud of is if you go to one of those game galleries, like top new games.
We'll go down here. Let's check
out some. We can check out something new.
Most popular, like that's where we were.
Sounds great.
And then which one do you want me to go into?
Yeah, you can stop right here. And we got to go we have to turn on our trailers again. We turned those off. We go in the setting. That's important. There you go. If you pop back in, you'll see that if we pop over to like Borderlands, for example, before the trailer runs, we actually Looks like we might be having a little bit of a hiccup here. But before that trailer runs, we show there you go, City Skylines. That's what it is. We can just watch one of these. We show this standardized ratings information. So
in the US, if you're in the US, then it's the ESRB, and overseas it's PEGI and so forth. So
exactly, or CRO or whatever your regional ratings board will be. So if that game has a trailer, we're going to make sure that we always show a consistent ratings experience before that.
There's one.
Which is a really useful thing, not just for our customers, but for our publishers as well, where localizing and regionalizing all those trailers just to have different ratings information can be pretty messy. So us doing this in a consistent, automated way is safer for our fans, and it's also way more reliable, especially and inclusive for folks who aren't in the U.S. but maybe they still want to speak in English and they want to see the local ratings board. We're much better at giving them the right thing.
I just want to drill into one of the the game details page. We see this down here, but down here at the bottom, we also have screenshots where it's included, which we didn't in one of the earlier reviews. I didn't have that. Ratings. Talk about ratings. You guys have done a lot of work around ratings, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. And this is a space too. And I think one of the things that's great about launching this experience in Insiders first is, this isn't really an ending point for us. This is a new starting point. We have lots of things that we're excited about bringing to the fore. So, we've redesigned the ratings experience to make them easier to view, easier to filter. I think one of the things that we're excited about in the store is almost everything's filterable. So if you're looking at ratings and reviews, we're going to show you different ratings and filters and sorts that are available. If you pop back up a level to those top games, we can help you filter through some of those details there. So if you hit X to filter here, you can filter this list of most popular games by particular genres, or even star ratings or ESRB ratings. And once you're done with those things, pop back out and you'll see that this list has been filtered. You can sometimes filter your way down to a very small list of games, depending on where you start. But I love to be precise. I'm a big fan of strategy games, and I like playing cooperatively with my friends. Those filter features go a long way to making that easy to do.
Yeah, and you can look at you like I say, to your point, if you can go into the any one of these filters and click on coming soon and go, you know what? Show me all the ones that are teens so I can figure out, or even everyone, what are the games I can play with my family? And there you go. And they can see
exactly. And making it easy to shop with your family is a huge part of what we're hoping to do here. So I think there's a lot of advantages there. And we do really similar things on movies and TV. We show standard pre-roll ratings before movie trailers. I think that was a place where we've gotten feedback in the past where, man, it seems kind of inconsistent that a trailer for a movie that's rated R could show, but I can't see a teen game. And it was a good opportunity for us to look through some of those places where there were inconsistencies or issues and help get those things taken care of.
And you can kind of see it's a similar, we didn't spend a lot of time in the movies, but the movies area got this similar treatment of exactly the same things, the different versions, the different formats. So that's real helpful.
Exactly. Yeah. What we're really excited about is this update to our visual language is really all across the app. It's for our apps. It's for hardware, movies, and TV. In addition to games, obviously we at Xbox love games, but we have all kinds of great content in our store, and we want to make sure that we celebrate that stuff well.
I also want to point out, Cody, this is the store update, which is going to be rolling out obviously to insiders now and to everyone else later on the year. Yeah. Obviously, since it's going to insiders now, people are going to get this on whether they have an Xbox One or an Xbox if they buy an Xbox Series X. You're going to see the same thing, correct?
Yeah, totally correct. And I think that's another thing that was important to us is we love our Xbox One fans. Today they're our most loyal customers. And we want to make sure that when we're thinking about how we make the store better, we make it better for everybody. So this experience that you're going to see on your Xbox One today, and it's only going to get better on Xbox Series X, where the hardware is even more powerful. All the great performance wins that we're doing now for the store only get better on the next generation of Xbox consoles. I
know it's very exciting. Cody, we could kind of don't want to spend too much time in the store because we've done a lot of stuff here. People need to go read the blog post over at Xbox Wire. I'll have a link, and then if you're not in Insiders, you need to sign up for Insiders. But if you're not, don't worry about it because this store will become the store. What are the plans for the rollout, Cody?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we're going to start the rollout, basically this week. We're going to start gradually rolling it out to customers, and we're going to take it through the Insiders for a week or two, get feedback, make sure that things are comfortable. And then from there, we're going to start turning it on for some kind of at random customers inside of our general audience to see how it performs, make sure that it's stacking up well. People are happy. Our customers are happy. Our hope is that as early as September, we're going to have this turned on for all fans. But it's important to us that for something as important as Store, which our customers use every day, we get it right, and we're going to take the time and to make sure that we're building the best experience we can, and that it feels like an improvement to everybody who uses it.
And I also want to point out that, you guys have migrated to this brand new platform, which is going to provide you a lot more flexibility. So you're going to be able to innovate even quicker, I assume, right?
That is correct. Yeah. React Native on Windows has been a huge watershed shift for us in terms of being able to not just make things performant, but be so much more agile. The time it took for us to build this store, while it was a lot of work, was a fraction of the work that it required to build the previous store that we had launched. And we've found that we can go from new idea to execution and testing sometimes in less than a week. And it's really exciting as a foundation for us to build off of. We're so excited for what we're going to be able to do this holiday and beyond.
I'm really excited, guys, getting a brand new store experience coming to Xbox Insiders and everybody else in the coming months. Cody Bird from the Xbox store or Microsoft store, appreciate you joining the team. And thanks again for all the work you do. And I'm looking forward to checking out all that feedback, right?
Yes. Thanks, Larry. Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to share it, and it's so excited to hear what our fans have to say.